Cinephile ASMR, and today we are just casually, comfortably going through the Tubi interface, looking at the different categories, genres, and the selections all in between. And hopefully you will be inspired to watch something as I talk about the different kinds of movies that I have seen or that I want to see. This was an idea that kind of came to me as for the past few days I have been dealing with a pretty significant head cold. If you can't already tell, my voice is a little nasally, my mouth is a little dry, and if I pause here and there to take deep breaths, it's because I've been coughing a little bit, but I really have been just kind of doom scrolling, but also just scrolling through different games, but also streaming services mainly. When I'm not playing Dead by Daylight or Skate, I'm watching movies. And I typically talk to myself when I am just going through the different movies in shock that a streaming service has it, in disbelief, reminiscing and whatnot, and the idea came to me, why don't I just record that? I think it'll be a lot of fun. And as you can see, I have like a little, looks kind of like a shrunken head. Bear with me, I'll kind of show you with a flashlight. This is a pen, but I'll be using the Spider-Man head to kind of point and direct your attention. And also, I do have with me a bottle of hot tea. Where is this? Is my mom's. I promise you I don't go around buying things that say sweater weather and pumpkin spice, but it is a pumpkin chai apple tea bag and a honey lemon spoon. It's been helping me a lot, so I'll be taking sips of that as I will be illustrating right now. Oh my goodness, this tastes just like apple cinnamon oatmeal. So good. I'm gonna take one more sip actually. I hope you're doing well, my friends. I hope you are comfortable and situated with a snack or a preferred beverage. I am really excited. Tubi is a free website or application depending on where you are viewing it from, and it's probably my favorite. It has the most range, and although it has ads, it is the most inoffensive out of all the different ones. You get a couple here and there, but they're good. Like, they're really good about making it as accessible price-wise, since it's free, but also just a good time. So, let's go ahead. This will be on my computer. Let's go ahead and see. We already have Coraline, one of the best Stranger Than Fiction I've never seen, but I've heard good things. The Sisters, Brothers is such a really slept on movie that does not get talked about nearly enough. A Western comedy drama with John C. Reilly and Joaquin Phoenix. This is actually directed by a guy who went on to make the worst movie from last year. He made a film called, actually you can press on the director, called Emilia Perez, An Abomination. But yeah, that's what we have for that. Alice I've never seen. is Season of the Witch. Okay. Two Teutonic knights return from the Crusades and must escort a witch blamed for the Black Plague to a distant abbey whose monks will lift her curse. Okay. I mean, 2011. Can't go wrong. What does this director have as well? California. I feel like I've heard that movie before. Interesting. I didn't know you can click. That is so sick. I don't know any other streaming service that offers an ability to look at other directors' works that are streaming on the service. Ooh, wow. I've actually never seen this movie before. If you have ever seen Monkey Bone, that is Brendan Fraser. It is like a hybrid of stop motion and live action. One of the only filmmaker Henry Selick's forays into live action. The plot is after falling into a coma, a cartoonist finds himself trapped in a bizarre limbo where he must outwit death and stop his own alter ego to survive. Again, if you've seen that, let me know. I've always wanted to. You know what? I'm gonna add that to my list. Oh my God! Look at the recommended. This is like so good in and of itself. I've never seen Crybaby before, but Pan's Labyrinth, one of the greatest to ever do it, just recently got the opportunity to catch it in theaters. Insert my Letterboxd profile. Shameless plug. Follow if you don't already. It truly is a barn burner, a movie that captivates and will sweep you off your feet pretty immediately. Grave Encounters, I just did a video on a short recommendation. I know they're rebooting it with Justin Long, and one of the directors who did this one. I will never get old or tired of this movie. If you've never seen it, basically, the plot, there we go. A reality show crew filming inside an abandoned mental hospital realizes that the building is not only haunted, but isn't going to let them leave. So good. Directed by the Vicious Brothers, but I know they've done separate stuff as well. A truly terrific found footage movie. There's a sequel that I've never seen, but that cover, I mean, my goodness, that is pure nightmare fuel in and of itself. Let me know if this sequel is worth watching. Ringu, I have not seen. The First Hell House, I was actually just thinking about it today. For found footage movies, modern especially, it's rare for me to fall in love with them the way that I first did when I was young. This movie is so good. Essentially, it is a group that travels around opening up their own haunted maze every year at a different spot, kind of like a traveling circus, if you will. And they open and they sort of are documenting them taking over this spot, renting it, overhauling it, and then opening it at the week before Halloween. And so already the atmosphere is so eerie and off-putting because they need to make it as scary as possible. So the beginning already establishes that eeriness, and every minute later just gets worse and worse, and it has a terrific ending, a final 20 minutes that just blows everything that came before it out of the water. I have really no interest in seeing what is it like the 4 sequels after. It's good stuff. Now, The Strangers. Ooh, Pray at Night. This might be the craziest take. I think this movie is better than the first one, The Strangers. I like the first Strangers, but I'm gonna like that. I do definitely something so new and fresh and unique for 2009, whereas I think it's just been done better since. It, to me, is really, really good when you know before the lead couple does that there is people in their home. But everything after that I don't really care for, whereas this movie is far more of a unapologetic gore camp fest. The plot is, I'll zoom in a little bit, sorry. A family staying in a secluded mobile home park for the night is visited by 3 masked psychopaths who aim to test their every limit. I love it, and considering how bad the new 2 films are for the trilogy or whatever, I'm so glad it exists. I am not going to play the movie for copyright purposes. But anyway, we are going down a bit of a rabbit hole, but that's kind of the point of this video, is I will so often go down the rabbit holes of just directors, movies, and memory lane. A couple of the recommended movies we have It Happened One Night. Never seen that. The Truman Show. Brilliant. A life-affirming movie, if you will, just the kind of thing that you will not be the same before and after. Edward Scissorhands. I have grown so fond of this movie over the years. I considered it middle of the road, Burton, but I think it was during Beetlejuice that I rewatched a lot of his movies. Masterpiece, one of a kind. I think that is a documentary. I've never seen it before. We need to talk about Kevin, a sick and twisted movie. Oop. Sorry, friends. There we go. I was looking for the arrow. Boondock Saints. Never seen. I've heard good things. The director, that story behind the director, what's his name? Troy Duffy. Crazy. He is, I actually think it's the documentary about him, yeah. He found success virtually overnight by the making of the Boondock Saints. Basically all the producers wanted his name attached to their company. He struck gold. But as the unfortunate case with a lot of people in Hollywood, a lot of money after never really having seen that much before in their own possession sort of leads to a life. And what he basically fumbled is legendary. It's crazy, but if you've seen the Boondock Saints, let me know. I was about to say the Boondocks. Shout out that show. I love that show so much. Alright. What else do we have? Never seen. Poetic Justice. Memento. Great movie. One that I will reevaluate come time for the Odyssey. That's Armie Hammer. We are not talking about that. King Arthur. Okay. This movie is such an enigma to me. So I've never seen it. But it has this weird cult status. I mean, it just says it's the epic adaptation of a timeless fantasy myth of a prince robbed of his birthright who finds a larger destiny after pulling a sword from a stone. But I think it's the way that the director, Guy Ritchie, helms the movie. Oh my gosh, they got quite a few of his movies, my goodness. He is such a unique filmmaker, one that is consistently working. A lot of times doesn't work for me, but I've heard it's solid. Let me know if it is worth watching. Sorry, quick second of an intermission as I take a sip of my tea. Gosh, dude. The tea lovers are going crazy while the tea haters, I will always think you're crazy. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Okay. So that's Guy Ritchie. few of his movies. I mean, he makes so many, so it doesn't shock me. I'm gonna honestly skip the Western comedy. I don't know why that's like one of the first genres. Westerns just really aren't my thing. I'm so sorry, friends. The archetypes of the characters and the world, it just doesn't really do it for me. But I respect. I really do. And then you have such a... all these movies are on my continue watching because I was yapping. Backed by popular demand. This is one thing that I love so much about Tubi is it listens to its audience. If people want a movie back, more often than not, obviously, barring rights, or if different, I don't know how the streaming services work, but like, is it like a kid that they offload custody to? I don't know. But like, Gridiron Gang, great movie. One of, up there for me, look at him, one of my favorite The Rock, Dwayne Johnson performances. Just such a solid, comfort, sort of underdog, hopeful movie. The basic premise is based on the true story about how the game of football gave a group of boys at a juvenile detention center a sense of self-esteem. Sorry, it didn't. And a second chance. There we go. Yeah, so good. I mean, it has Dwayne Johnson, Zibbit, Kevin Dunn, Leon Rippey, L. Scott Caldwell. Wait, what? This guy's ego is so big that he has to be credited as Dwayne Johnson and The Rock. Come on, be so for real. Let's see how many movies they have of his that I actually like. Hercules, bad movie. Walking Tall, solid. The Rundown, so good. Him, Sean William Scott, Stuck in the Jungle. Christopher Walken plays the villain. So good. Please welcome the Foo Fighters. Sorry, that was my sickly impression of Christopher Walken introducing the Foo Fighters at on SNL. Sorry, fighting with my family. Solid, cute movie. Be Cool, I've never seen. That cast looks a little crazy though. What the heck? The Rock, Vince Vaughn. Oh my god, is that John Travolta, Uma Thurman, Danny DeVito, Harvey Keitel? What the heck? Guys, what in the world? Chili Palmer turns to the world of rock stars, pop divas, and hip-hop gangsters when a new idea for a movie leads him into the music business. What the heck? F. Gary Gray, what a crazy filmmaker. Okay, I mean, shout out the Italian Job. He did like a Fast and the Furious movie. Oh, he's done a lot. Sorry, I can't really illustrate that with their selections. But yeah, shout out to Gridiron Gang. Never seen Tango and Cash. What about Bob? It's been so many years. Fear, I've seen too many edits that make me roll my eyes in disgust. I don't think Mark Wahlberg outside of Boogie Nights is a very good actor. Oh, and Pain and Gain. This movie's actually hilarious. All Eyes on Me. I remember when that movie, basically, and I have no way to show this. You know what, actually, hold on one second. I'm gonna look this up. Eyes on Me movie. This was insane. So in the movie, there was a bit, I don't know, okay, I'm trying to find the shot. Is this the shot of the movie? No, I think that's fake. But basically, there was a scene in the movie. You can see it right here. Oh, sorry, that actually scrolled 1 second. It says, why is there an iPhone in All Eyes on Me? Craziness. I never saw it. Shout out, oh, another F. Gary Gray film, I think. Straight Outta Compton. Great biopic. That is Martin Lawrence, Black Knight, classic. Oh, sorry, I zoom in too much and I forget. Oh, another Martin Lawrence. People love Martin Lawrence. Great movie, National Security. Life. I've never seen. Meet Joe Black. Guys, walk with me here. This movie is 181 minutes. How long is it? Oh my god. Guys, I am so good. I've never seen it before, but call me like a freaking fortune teller. That's crazy. Never seen it though. I've heard mediocre things. Still need to see I Know What You Did Last Summer. Den of Thieves is so much fun. The sequel I think is a little better. Great movies. Very slimy character played by Gerard Butler. Great actor. I wish he was in more. Continue watching. Creators you love. Wait, what the heck? Oh, I see. Okay, creator first. Creators you love now on Tubi. A lot of this is like YouTube stuff, YouTube series being put on. What in the world? And then you have the true crowning jewels of Tubi, the lesbian homie. Okay, I need to simmer down. I'm gonna take a sip. I'm so sorry. Okay, hold on 1 second. God, I love Tubi so much. It is truly like, at Walmart, the like movie bins, and you have no idea what you're gonna get. Oh, I love you, Tubi, never change. Sam and Colby. I have a couple coworkers that love Sam and Colby. Is there any like Dude Perfect? Is that showing my age? Shout out Dude Perfect. No, not really shout out. I don't really watch. They have Mr. Beast. Wow. Okay, sorry. I get down too heavy. Swamp Adventures and Dangers. Only on Tubi, ladies and gents. Super Croc, Alligator, Killer Crocodile, Zombie Grind Up. No. TV shows. I don't really watch TV shows too much. I've seen a couple episodes of the Bernie Mac show. Rest in peace, man. What a legend. First time I saw him was actually in Transformers. Oh, rest in peace. The It Crowd. I have heard wonderful things about this. I mean, the cast, Chris O'Dowd, Richard Ayoade, Matt Berry, I didn't even know he was in this. I've heard great things, guys. Let me know if it's worth watching. But I won't spend too much time on that as well. Best bingeable moments. La Brea, what the heck? I used to watch Empire actually quite a bit. And then I just kind of drifted away. But that was like fast food for me. I loved it. I know it wasn't good for me, but man, I loved it. They had an Equalizer show with really 4 seasons. Wow, good for them. Glad to see some success for sure. That is certainly the thing that I am coming to terms with. Is there is just a whole universe of TV that I will never know. Like even Community, I've never seen. Let me know, guys. Am I missing out? Movie night. We've talked about quite a few of these already. I think it's like a lot of the repeat of what they were showing at the top. Oh my god. 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 Guys. What do you know about Ma? 2 letters. 2 lifetimes worth of beauty and poetry in a movie. Genuinely one of the funniest movies I've ever watched. By no means is it good, but basically, like, it is Octavia Spencer. By the name, her name is Ma. She offers the basement of her home for some kids to party, but her hospitality curdles into obsession. Ooh, that's a bar. Turning the offer into a terrorizing nightmare. This director's actually, like, insane. Oh, okay. I mean, I didn't even know, like, I don't know what that is, but he basically directed, like, The Help, The Girl on the Train, shout out Dave Taylor. You definitely smoke a pack that I don't know if I ever want. The Autopsy of Jane Doe, brilliant movie. Sandwiched next to Amy Schumer's I Feel Pretty. Again, Tubi never changed. This film is terrific. A bottled piece following a father and son coroner. They, at like the late hour, get this mysterious body that they begin examining. The more they do so, though, the deeper and darker the secrets and the rabbit hole and the hell that they begin to experience becomes. Again, a very slept-on filmmaker, Andre Overdahl. Yeah, wait, what the heck? Okay. This movie is fantastic. Troll Hunter. God, I don't know. Swedish, Danish, German. I don't know what it is. Norwegian, sorry. A brilliant movie. It is a found footage film where basically a group of young teenagers, adults, are in search of a mystery that then leaves them to discovering these life-size trolls. Low budget. The VFX work is incredible. I adore Troll Hunter. He did Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Banger. All like these are 3 for 3, sadly. His most recent film, The Last Voyage of the Demeter, I thought was going to be his best. It didn't fully realize its potential, I think. Big ups though, all 3 of these movies, if you haven't seen, you are missing out. I Feel Pretty, the greatest movie of all time. Oh, Monster House, man. You can never go wrong. I basically kind of owe my life a little bit to that movie. Let me actually clear out of this tab. God, I don't think I would be the same without it. Excuse me. I'm gonna take a sip of tea real quick. Goodness gracious, my friend. Oh man, I love it too when tea starts to like not be as hot and kind of like warm. Just as good. Oh, Chad, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You're gonna hate me. I have never seen Goodfellas before, I know. I'm covering my mouth as we speak in embarrassment. I honestly think there's so much from Scorsese that is a blind spot for me. Casino, Goodfellas, Last Temptation of Christ, Bringing Out the Dead, Age of Innocence. By golly, the list goes on. I will get to it though. You're Next, fantastic. A director that I miss so much, who kind of veered and got big with, I mean, he did Death Note, the live-action Netflix movie, which sends chills up and down my spine in the worst ways. But he then started doing like the Godzilla vs. King Kong movies, and I don't really like those very much. But for a while, he did like You're Next, The Guest, so good. He also did, is there any other Adam Wingard movie here? Oh, yes. He did 2 segments on the first 2 VHSs, and then he did the Blair Witch, which I used to despise, the 2016 remake, which is not really a remake, sort of a sequel. A lot of bad in it, but when you meet it on its terms and realize that it is kind of doing a different take, not paranormal, maybe alien, so good. Excuse me, sorry guys. Oh, I skimmed over a great movie. Mike Flanagan, Hush. An hour and 20 minutes that you will thank me for having experienced. Is she deaf and mute? and so she has to find a way to survive and take this killer down, because there's no help. She lives like remotely. And wonderful. I don't think Mike Flanagan has done wrong. He did a movie this year that is a total departure, but also everything that makes him shine as a filmmaker, called Life of Chuck. Cried so hard, man. So good. Never seen The Water Boy. Halloween, again, another crazy take. It's my least favorite out of that new trilogy, and I don't think it's actually very close. Just preaching about Mike Flanagan. I've never seen his Ouija Origin of Evil sequel. No freaking way. Oh my god. Wow. They have, holy crap. I didn't even know that they had this. So again, I'm not going to play too much, but like, this is insane. This is actually insane. Let's get that out of here. They have the original cut of Hush. This is literally me finding this out in real time. This actually may make me watch this tonight. Basically, he wanted to make the movie in black and white and different audio to kind of put you in the place of the lead actress. Also his wife. She's wonderful. Kate Siegel. And they just had come out with this earlier last year, or late last year. Wow. It's called the Shush Cut. That is unbelievable. Guys, sorry, I am going to add that to my list. Check out that if you haven't. What a crazy poster. My goodness. God, I love you, Tubi. I love you, Tubi. So, they also, they also do sports. They play different, like, live television. I think just Tubi has a little bit of everything spread throughout. Documentaries. Need to get more into documentaries. That documentary, Dear Zachary, I have heard is one of the saddest documentaries that anyone has ever seen. Sorry, 1 second, friend. Oh my goodness. Heavenly. But yeah, that's, documentary is something completely different. I Feel Pretty, Pixels, Aussie. What? Sure. No, you know what? Go for it. I don't think I've actually seen any of these. I saw some scenes of Bones. This is Eric Dickinson. I could be Ernest Dickerson. I'm so sorry. Did like Boys in the Hood. I think he made that movie. God, with I could be totally wrong. With Tyrese Gibson, Baby Boy. I think I forget what. It's like him on a bike. That's the poster that first comes to mind. Yeah, these are completely different. I've never seen any of these. Deep Cover, I've really wanted to see. This is directed by Bill Duke, who is an actor but also a filmmaker. That's him right there. So good. I think he was also in Predator, the first one. God, man, what a talent. I don't know if he passed, but if he did, rest in peace. In Demand. Oh, yeah, I mean, Coraline. What a staple. Yet again, like, further validating. People flock to King Arthur, I guess. King Kong. So good. So good. Queen of the Damned. Great cult film. Wonderful soundtrack. I think there's like a Deftones song in there. Yeah, I think it's like Change House of the Flies. One of my favorite songs. Corpse Bride. Another crazy take. So superior to Nightmare Before Christmas. It's kind of not even funny. The Mask. So good. Actually, what has that filmmaker done? Okay. Don't know. I'm just glad Tubi has some more of his to offer. is my list. I could talk about these. Kind of talked about these two. Grizzly Man. This is a Werner Herzog documentary about one of the most tragic killings, murders. I don't know how you would kind of describe it. Death, ultimately, as like the plot kind of illustrates. It is the documentary of a wildlife preservationist by the name of Timothy Treadwell. He lived basically like he wanted to demystify this idea that bears were these monsters and being a creature to respect. So he would go with no weapons, no self-protection, and live among them and would camp. And basically, one day he is with his partner, and it's his passion. This is like his thing. And so his partner like begrudgingly agrees to go for, I think, maybe like their anniversary or just go together. And they take a plane. They're landed. And I want to say either the first night or within the first few nights, he doesn't calculate something right. Or I think like Timothy essentially doesn't take into account that, and I'm very loose on the details, that the bears are either about to go into hibernation or they had just come out of it. So they were stockpiling on food, or had just come out of the long period of no food and were looking for something to eat. And when I tell you the audio, unfortunately, and I won't get too deep into it, of him getting mauled, as his partner kind of just has to witness it, and then she eventually gets taken by the grizzly. Oh, it's one of the most haunting things I've ever listened to, ever. But I think the documentary is, from what I've heard, beautiful. It doesn't try to sensationalize the full audio. There's a scene in the documentary where Werner Herzog, the actor and director, listens to it. I guess the person who owns it, I think, was Treadwell's sister. He takes off the headphones and he's like, "For your sake, don't ever listen to this. Burn it if you have to." Unbelievable film. The Frighteners, that is a Peter Jackson movie. Deep cover. I kind of just talked about a little bit. Hardcore, this is a Paul Schrader movie. Unfortunate what that filmmaker is. I'll really kind of dive into that. I actually saw Pulse, Kiyoshi Kurosawa, a film that sort of understands the internet right as the internet was taking root as a social space for young individuals. I'm just going to remove that, but I'm going to like it because it's wonderful. It was remade, but my god, that movie is fantastic. Memories of Murder. I truthfully haven't seen it yet. That is a Bong Joon-ho film. I've heard it's wonderful. SLC Punk, Matthew Lillard in his best role, apparently. God, I would love to. It reminds me a lot of Greg Araki. The Artifice Girl. I know zilch about this. Chris Tuckman did a recommendation about it quite some time ago, and I've been really eager to check it out. Team of special agents release a genie they may not be able to put back into the bottle after using an AI child designed to bait online predators. What? Yeah, I'm watching immediately. Mayhem, Crazy Slasher, Black Christmas, the 74 version, despite me loving the 2006 one. One of the greatest films ever. I'm actually I'll remove it just because I've seen it, but like it. There's moments in this very, very progressive art during a time that wasn't nearly as openly a discussion as it is now. Autonomy of women, women's rights, male manipulation, ignorance. It's a wonderful freaking movie, and its themes are so much more relevant now, I think. Tank Girl, never seen. I have been dying to see that. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, great movie, I've seen it as well. Again, I could talk about over and over again all these different movies that are on my list. Actually, sorry, I've learned a lot about Vincent Gallo. No, thank you. But yeah, all these, again, I could spend an entire video just talking about them. But I won't spend too much time. They have wonderful, wonderful freaking categories like LGBTQ plus storytelling, Kill Your Darlings, God's Own Country, Winona Earp. I heard great things. This is also what's so crazy about licensing. I almost swore this was a Max original. Call Me By Your Name, but I'm a cheerleader. Actually, I'm going to add that to my list. A classic in many different spaces that I bet I would love. Just such a good list of films. Sci-fi and fantasy. One of the best John Carpenter movies, In the Mouth of Madness. Truly one of his best. John dies at the end. Gosh, man. The Call of Cthulhu. I'm praying that we get a James Wan's version. Scanner Darkly. This has, you know what, again, let's add that to my list. A movie that has an animation style that I've never seen, but Richard Linklater has Keanu Reeves, RDJ, Woody Harrelson. In a near future, okay. Oh, not wanting to highlight all of it, my goodness. In a near future America where everyone is under surveillance, an undercover cop must ingest a ubiquitous drug that thrusts him into a paranoid stupor. Oh my god. Sign me up. Sign me up. But yeah, have so many different categories. But I think we've done a lot of great discussing with the various stuff that Tubi has to offer. I am definitely looking for something scary tonight. So, let me see, I'm looking for something found footage. So let's maybe finish this off with a movie that I'll watch tonight. And again, shameless plug, but follow my letterbox as I document everything. I log everything that I've seen. Okay. I'm kind of waiting just for something to jump out at me. I've been really getting into found footage. The Outwaters, unbelievable movie. I would rewatch it, but let's watch something new, something I haven't seen before. If nothing pops out, I might just find something after this video, but I'm a bit determined now. Okay. Again, they have quite literally everything. Wait, you know what? Speaking of found footage, do they have it? It is, I think, a Spanish horror film called Wreck. If they have bingo, there we go. Wow, they have all 4 of them in the American remake. I have never seen this before. If you have, please let me know, because I think I'm gonna watch this tonight. I've heard great things, and it's only 80 minutes, so I have work in the morning. I definitely think this will be what I watch tonight. Add that to my list. Let's go back home. Alrighty, friends. Well, that was the Tubi experience. I love you all so very much. Thank you. I know it's a very different type of video, but one that I would definitely love to do more of. The interface sections always update depending on what I'm watching. And although I don't really support within my money the paid subscription, different excuse me, streaming services, I could definitely get like the accounts of my families and do different Netflix, Hulu, HBO, you name it. Let me know, friends. And as always, remember to take life one frame